everyone. Imagine I'm standing in a room full of chemists, biologists, economists, each expert in their own field, yet they are having a heated discussion. Their air is thick with tension. Each of their voices growing louder by the minute, their brows furrowing, as they debate about the best solution to world hunger. Biologists, determination gleaming in eyes, insist that improving crop yield is the only feasible solution. Chemist, on the other hand, argues passionately for soil enhancement. Economist, calculator fidgeting in his hand, muttering something about cost analysis and budgetary constraint. It's like watching a room full of geniuses trying to build IKEA furniture without an instruction manual. Everyone thinking that their way is the best, but no one actually getting any job done. Believe me, I have been in that room. Maybe not with the experts, but with my classmate. Each of us having unique, different perspective, and yet we were stuck. Now, here's a question for all of you. How many of you here believe that a single discipline approach is sufficient and adequate to solve real-world complex challenges like climate change, disease, or resource scarcity? Well, as it turns out, most of real-world complex problem requires a multidisciplinary approach. Why is that better? Because when you combine different fields, you unlock new solutions. Take renewable energy for example. Wind turbines may be designed by engineers, but they require environmental scientists to assess their impact and data analysts to actually optimize their performance. That's where STEM comes in. And it's not just any STEM, it's multidisciplinary STEM. Multidisciplinary STEM means convergence of various STEM fields. Chemistry with computer science, engineering with biology, bringing different perspectives and views to the table, where each discipline inform and enhance the other. And that's what we are going to talk about today. Imagine a tangled web of problems, each one interconnected to other in intricate ways. Climate change, healthcare, disease, resource scarcity. These are not isolated problems and they require a holistic approach. They are like puzzle pieces. Let me give you an example. When we talk about climate change, we often think of rising sea levels or extreme weather events. But do you know, climate change also impacts our health. Extreme heat can lead to heat-related illnesses, whereas change in rainfall patterns can impact the spread of diseases like malaria and dengue. Let me share a story. In 2016, a team of scientists, healthcare workers, and climate experts in Bangladesh faced a public health emergency when flooding led to incessant increase in waterborne diseases like cholera. By working together, they came up with innovative solutions to distribute water and to actually improve sanitation, saving countless lives. This is the power of multidisciplinary STEM in action. The truth is, these problems are too big, too interconnected, too urgent to be tackled by a single discipline approach. Trying to solve one without addressing the other is like trying to patch a sinking boat with a tape. It doesn't make any sense, does it? We need multidisciplinary perspective that brings together experts from different fields to work on a common solution. Now, imagine a team of brilliant minds, each expert in their own field, a physicist, a chemist, an engineer, a biologist, a computer scientist, all working toward a common goal. Now, this isn't a scene from a science fiction movie. It is a reality in multidisciplinary STEM. It's about breaking down silos between different departments. It's about fostering collaboration, and it's about acknowledging that complex problem requires a diverse range of perspectives and skills. Let me share a story. When I was working on a group project for one of my STEM classes, we were tasked with designing a solution to manage plastic waste. At first, we decide to divide the task among ourselves according to our strength. My friend, who was great at biology, decided to focus on environmental impact of plastic waste, while other classmate, who was great at coding, decided to build an app to track person's daily plastic usage, while I tried to focus on engineering part of things, trying to build a device that cleans the waterways of plastic. But something wasn't right. Something wasn't clicking. We were still inside our own little silos. But something clicked finally when we realized that we should combine our idea in this group project. Together we created a prototype that skimmed the surface of rivers from plastic. From biological insight of my friend, we were able to protect aquatic life getting harmed from the prototype. We even integrated the app idea. The app actually tracked the amount of waste collected and gave out community challenges that actually reduced the amount of plastic waste produced. Alone, we had a piece of a complex puzzle. Together, we were actually able to create something that made a real-world difference. Imagine a world where rising sea levels are swallowing coastal cities, where extreme weather conditions are becoming more devastating, more frequent, and where food shortages are a daily reality. No, this isn't a scene from a dystopian movie. It's a potential future. And if we don't take drastic action to combat this climate change, it's going to cause a lot of consequence. The World Bank estimates that by 2030, climate change could push over 100 million people into extreme poverty if we don't act. And that tells us the seriousness of the situation and why stakes are so high. Address this global crisis, we need a multidisciplinary approach that brings together experts from diverse fields, environmental scientists, researchers, engineers, data analysts, and policymakers. But there are still very few professionals that are actually working together to develop sustainable solutions. Let me give you an example. One innovative approach to combat climate change is actually geoengineering techniques. This involves modifying Earth's climate system to offset the effect of greenhouse gases. For instance, scientists are exploring the idea and possibility of injecting aerosols in our atmosphere, so our atmosphere will actually reflect back the sunlight. However, geoengineering is a controversial topic and requires careful consideration of its potential risk and benefit. This is where expertise of environmental scientists, engineers, and policymakers is really crucial. By working together, they can assess the potential impact of geoengineering and develop strategies that can actually mitigate any negative consequences that might come. So, you see, tackling climate change requires a complex and multifaceted approach. By bringing together experts from different fields, we can develop innovative solutions that have potential to save our planet. Imagine a world where artificial intelligence is helping doctors diagnose with unprecedented accuracy, where self-driving cars are reducing traffic congestion, and where renewable energy sources are actually powering our homes and businesses. This future isn't just a dream, it's a fast approaching reality. And to achieve this future, we need to embrace multidisciplinary STEM. As technology continues to advance, lines between different disciplines are blurring, leading to groundbreaking innovation. However, the future of multidisciplinary STEM is not without its challenges. As the complexity of problem increases, so does the need for communication and collaboration between experts in different fields. And this can be particularly difficult in organizations which are still stuck within the traditional silos. To overcome these challenges, we need to foster a culture of collaboration, communication, and innovation. This means breaking down barriers between different departments, encouraging open communication, and rewarding interdisciplinary work. You don't need to be a scientist to contribute. Engage in discussions that bring different perspectives together, support multidisciplinary initiatives, and stay informed. Whether it's advocating for science education or collaborating on community projects, all of us has a role to play in solving these global challenges. Picture this, a world where instead of competing, different disciplines converge like threads of a beautifully woven tapestry, creating solutions that are stronger, more resilient, and far-reaching than a single discipline approach. This is the future that we are building together, and it starts with each one of us here today. Thank you.